A very warm welcome to you all. Welcome to Philo Hope. We hope you all doing good. How to cope with grief and loss. Learning to heal. Grief and loss are unpredictable and can occur at any stage of life. Grief is a natural response to loss. It's a sudden shock accompanied by the emotional overwhelming suffering you feel when you lose something unexpectedly or someone you love is taken away. Often the pain of loss can feel overwhelming. You may experience all kinds of difficult and unexpected emotions, from shock or anger to disbelief, guilt, and profound sadness. There is no right or wrong way to grieve, but understanding grief can be a step towards processing your emotions. All the affected cannot have the same feelings when it comes to the response to grief. It's normal to experience a mix of feelings. The experience of grief can feel confusing because it can feel like a roller coaster of emotions. One moment you might feel okay, and the next moment you might feel overwhelmed with sadness or anger. Some people can navigate grief in a quiet and reflective way, while others might express their grief in a more outward or vocal manner. Both are equally acceptable. The most common sources of grief are the following. Number 1, bereavement, the death of a loved one. When you lose someone you love so much, when you lose one of your parents, when you lose one of your siblings, when you lose one of your close friends, when you lose one of your co-workers, when you lose a child, one of your kids. Number 2, death of a pet you've been living with for many years, for more than 5-10 years. All of a sudden it passes away. This also can cause you that grief. You can feel that pain, that serious pain. Number 3, divorce or relationship breakup, friendship breakup, when you divorce with someone you love so much. This is also one of the common sources of grief. Number 4, loss of health. You've been suffering for many years and you are losing your health. This is also so painful. Number 5, losing a job. Number 6, loss of financial stability. Number 7, loss of your cherished dream. Number 8, a loved one's serious illness. When someone you love has been diagnosed with a serious illness, this also is so painful. This is also one of the common sources of grief. Number 9, calamities or disasters. When you lose a house or a property due to calamities or national disasters. We're going to look at common symptoms of grief. The following are common symptoms of grief. The emotion symptoms. We're going to start with the emotional symptoms because there are 2 types of symptoms. One is emotional, another one is physical. Let's start with emotional. Shock and disbelief, sadness, anger, fear, anxiety, guilt. Now the physical symptoms: fatigue, nausea, lowered immunity, weight loss or weight gain. When you are going through grief, you can either lose your weight or gaining more weight. Aches and pains, insomnia. Now let's look at the 5 stages of grief. In 1969, author Elizabeth Kubler-Ross introduced the 5 stages of death and dying in her book on death and dying. The truth is, there are no real stages of grief because the process of grieving is different for everyone. Let's start with number 1, denial. At this stage, it's hard to believe the loss is real. That's when you start asking yourself, is this really happened? You're not sure. You're not 100% sure. This happens because your mind is trying to protect you from the initial impact of the loss. Number 2 is anger. As the reality of the loss sets in, you can feel angry. This anger may be directed at yourself, others, or the situation that caused the loss. Number 3 is bargaining. Bargaining often involves having thoughts like, if only I had done this, or if I had have tried that, then maybe the loss wouldn't have happened. You try to bargain with it. Number 4, depression. Depression is a normal stage of the grieving process. Number 5, acceptance. Acceptance can be a confusing stage of the grieving process. The acceptance doesn't mean you are okay with what happened. It doesn't mean you're okay with the loss. It is in the acceptance stage when you start to accept the reality of losing your loved one and learning how to live without them being physically present. Number 6, bonus, finding meaning. A 6th stage, finding meaning, was later introduced by David Kessler, a colleague of Elisabeth Kubler-Ross. The goal is to find a new sense of purpose or a deeper understanding in the aftermath of your loss. Finding meaning is about finding a way to honor the memory of your loved one and find a place for your emotions moving forward. How to cope with loss and grief? Number 1, this is very important to know. Acknowledge your loss and face your feelings. This is very important. You need to accept your emotions. You can try to suppress your grief, but trust me, you can't avoid it forever. It will keep coming back. In order to heal, in order to definitely heal, you have to acknowledge the pain. You have to accept that it has happened. Trying to avoid feelings of sadness and loss only prolongs the grieving process. Unresolved grief can also lead to complications such as depression, anxiety, substance abuse, and health problems. Another thing, try not to make any major changes right away. Avoid taking quick decisions. Don't make any quick decisions. Take time to think. Think twice before making any important decision of your life. Number 3, finding support for grief and loss. The pain of grief can often cause you want to withdraw from others and retreat into your shell. But having the face-to-face support of other people is vital to healing from loss. Another important point, avoid pushing yourself to move on too quickly. Don't try to heal yourself within a second, within 1 hour. Healing takes time. Healing is a process. Coping with your grief is a process. Another important point, taking care of yourself as you grieve is very important. When you are grieving, it's more important than ever to take care of yourself. The stress of a major loss can quickly deplete your energy and emotional reserves. Looking after your physical and emotional needs will help you get through this difficult time. Exercise regularly. Engage in physical activities. Do your hobbies. All this will help you coping with your grief and loss. Thank you for your time. Thank you for taking time and watch Philo Hope. We hope you had a great time. We hope you've learned something important that will help you as well as your friends. Please hit the subscribe button below this video and share it with your friends. Thank you so much. See you soon.